This has been going on, and I've been following it for quite some time, and I'm very proud of our country. And I started doing my own logical thinking and research from pretty much the get-go and beyond that, and my Christian faith. I was very excited to know that when you all showed up, I kid you not, I do think it was a God thing. I've been literally teaching how the Declaration of Independence is, how it was made. And then that unit, I've been in this unit for 2 weeks, and the unit that I started yesterday was the American Revolution. I just got done teaching the Boston Tea Party, and how convenient that the People's Convoy was here in Hagerstown. And I got chills. I got literal chills knowing that I'm in history and our kids are in history in this moment for a reason. God has put us in this position. No matter what your belief is, I know this is meant for us to be proud of ourselves and our families and our loved ones. Even if we may disagree in different moments, that's what makes America, as everyone has said. And I was so thrilled. I just took it upon myself when you guys came in Friday night. I made the poster with some help from my artistic 8th graders, especially the girls, who told me, you should put the stars on there. And I was like, absolutely. Because I was going to do red, white, and blue. And I just asked the children if they wanted to, hey, do you want to sign my poster? No pressure. A lot of them came up and signed the poster. Even my little 7-year-old put his bottom name there, just barely in his goofy 7-year-old handwriting, which is great. And I have my other son who's in 8th grade, and ironically, I've been able to teach him this year. He's probably hiding back there, full of embarrassment of his life. They had different perceptions. It was really a cool conversation where no one was goofing off. And I just explained how parallel it has been to what you guys are doing for us. And 4-season month, yeah. So I just felt like before I left tonight, I donated some more things, and my one son was with me, my number 3, my 8th grader, and I said, I'm gonna leave the poster with him because I feel like this represents so much of what everybody's doing for our country right now. No matter where your place is in all of this, we're all united. Even with our differences, it's important to stick together.
So we're in need a lot of signatures, and there's one young man here. What's your name, young man?
Gunner's my name.
Gunner is his name. Let's hear it for Gunner.
Come sign our flags.
So Gunner's dad is one of.
And what they told me, and what I'm asked to share with you, is a 1-800 number to call to complain. I'll write it up on the board as well.
Yeah. Oh, and so we saw a police escort to do so. And so I have also now pressed charges on the Capitol Police officers. So we are literally whooping about how to cure all infectious disease on the planet. I'll be right over there at that church.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Now we got Brian up here. I think we're ready to go. Thanks so much, guys. Let's give it up for Brian.
Loved by you. Now I'm being criticized because they say that I'm throwing people that are on our side under the bus. But here's what I have to say to that. If they were really on our side, I'm talking, I know not many of you candidate. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican that's currently sitting in office. I don't align with either one of them because both sides have lost touch with who the American people are. And if your convoy can see what is discussed in that, if I'm the one that goes into a meeting and I'm standing there talking about the People's Convoy, to me, the People's Convoy needs to be. And that's the way I'm going to continue to operate. So those of you out there in the world that might be upset by it, I'm not going to go into a closed-door meeting and then come back and pretend like they were all good, happy. So many people are doing so many things. Then I go over here. Personally, me, am ashamed that it took till now for me to finally make my way out there. And I'm sorry to everybody that's been out there. Minnesota. You all know what I'm talking about. This is the truckers here, dude. But I remember that. And for the first time in my life since I was a kid in the truck with my old man, for the first time in my life tonight, I felt that. Seriously, bottom of my heart, thank you so much. And thank you to all the organizers that are a part of this. Thank you to all the volunteers. I know we say it every single night, but I feel like it's never enough. Thank you to the media that chooses to be embedded with us even this many days in. Thank you for those that are covering the real story. That message. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, yes, really awesome morning. Senator Cruz came out here spoke to the crowd, and he jumped in that truck, and he literally scratched most of what you think of the guy's politics or him as or you know, his past. I gotta say, that's pretty darn respectable of him to come down here and do it. None of the others have done it yet. So I say, I honestly.
One day, and I wrote a poem that day called America in Trouble, when I am black, twisted, a visceral of a fear-baiting, deranged agenda that is banking. I am free, as a man who defends, as a woman who nourishes, as an American who embraces liberty and stands for with passion, to live with courage to the God of this land. I will pray for your troubled soul. Just know that you cannot stop from making America great again, because I am America. Say that with me. I am America! Before I give this mic back to Brian, there's a group of people with us that has a special place in my heart. And that are the children that are here. The children that are here. God bless these children, because they represent a history. One day, they'll say, I was there. So we just want to bless the children. I have a few of these prints. Any print I sell, I want to give a percentage of my table to the children here. And they're after our children. So God bless you all. Keep me in your prayers. Thank you, Brian. Praise God. Praise God. And he gets the first copy. This is the first copy at this event. He gets his. Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
He's seriously talented.
Dude, I'm
Man, next I'm gonna have up the medic team up here. I got Trucker G's here. Come up here, Trucker G. Come up here. You two also, come on. You come up here. Come on. Come up here. Why do you always have better flannels than me? No, I'm just kidding. No.
Sure. It's only a trailer, but emergency, come on over, we'll get 911. Any of that without them. We've got about 17, 18 people that have been volunteering. Randy and I got an opportunity to go down to DC today to talk to his be doing first aid stuff. And I was like, well, you know, I got a really great team of people working for me. And so if it wasn't for that great team of people, person that is helping me over there, it is with whatever it is, med tent, clinic, whatever you want to call it, it's over there. Do you want to go first about the meeting?
Brian was grateful. Well, you know what those objectives are. We also gave Dan Sullivan a face to put with this group here. Okay? Maybe my face ain't as good looking as y'all, but
today, but we were kind of rushed when we were in the meeting with him. We spent probably about 30-45 minutes with his staff, and then he came in probably 30 minutes with him, probably a good 30 minutes with him. A lot of this Alaskans, but the thing about it is the states lose their workers. We fight tooth and nail. You know, we made it a whole year through COVID without any medical professional having a vaccine, and now they're hired at a hospital in San Antonio. And I presented them with my religious exemption, and they immediately said, we do not accept this, and they gave me 11 illegal questions, held religious belief. How does anybody know what my relationship with God is other than me? Right. It is my relationship with God. Yes. Before I even presented it, they called me and said they will not be accepting any more accommodations because they have essentially reached their limit. Is understand I might not considering the circumstances, so don't quit my Civil Rights Act of 1964, Title VII. Title IV, dealing with education. I was supposed to start paramedic school January 11th, but because of the vaccine mandates, I wouldn't have been able to complete my clinical trials for that, and I wouldn't have been able to get my degree. We as a people need to start educating ourselves on the law. We need to start standing firm. Because this hospital called me 2 days ago asking for my religious exemption so that they can process it. I stood in their face, I told them the law, and they are going to see my religious exemption now. So if you know your law, if you educate yourself on it, then you can possibly still defeat it. So anyways, with that was one thing that we were wanting to present, but we also wanted to present all the vaccine injured people and all the COVID.
You see why I took this young lady with me?
We also wanted to present just names of all the vaccine injured people and then the COVID deaths. We all know we can go here and I could talk for hours about the improper treatment in COVID and then the vaccine injured. But I actually met a gentleman in this process. His name is Ernest Ramirez. His son received, so Ernest Ramirez hesitated on getting the COVID vaccine, but then decided to get it. He didn't want to get he's a single father, 16-year-old boy. He ran out of voicemail space. So with that,
I got nothing else.
Brian?
And she said, you know, Doc, you've been my doctor for the last 3 years. You know my reaction to that chemical that's in the lipid nanoparticle. That one of those chemicals that stabilize the outer core of the lipid nanoparticles in the vaccine. So the doctor knew what we were talking about, and he said, well, you know, my problem is in Canada, and he pulled out this document, and he said the College of Physicians and Surgeons gave me this document, and if you read it here, Paul, it says that I need to give her the first shot. And if she went after these doctors, took their license, have them in court, same situation in Canada. Dr. Trozzi, Dr. Francis Christian, Dr. Kulvinder Gill, Dr. Phillips, all of these doctors have been hounded by the College of Physicians and Surgeons. These licensing boards are rotten to the core, and we have to investigate them and lock them up too. Many, many good doctors in the United States, many are good doctors, but they lack the bravery and the courage of people like Marcus, O'Brien, or other persons like Dr. Peter McCullough that I work with, Dr. Robert Malone, Dr. Harvey Reish, Dr. Gert van den Bosch. I work with these people daily. Own personal decisions as to their own risk-benefit calculations, but they didn't listen to us. Fauci and Birx didn't listen to us. They locked us down, so we must lock them up. We told them, we showed them the data on the vaccines. We showed them 1 year ago. We showed them that the vaccines were failing. We showed it failed on the Delta, negative efficacy with the vaccine. We showed them how the children will be harmed. Our children carry an innate immunity. It's very different than a natural acquired adaptive immunity. Children have an innate immunity that's very potent. You leave children alone. You leave young people alone. They will deal with any virus. We need to lock them up if they touch our children.
Yeah, that's right.
Any parent listening to me here, we have the data and we have the science. We will take them all to court. Just hold the line. Prepare to die on this hill. Never let them vaccinate your child.
That's right.
Anyway, I want to end with Marcus, and I will end with the only anthem I know. USA! 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 And let me give it to Marcus. Good night.
Wow, Frank's speech. Anybody know what Frank's speech?
My pillow.
That's where Brian's at right now. He's on an interview with Frank's Speech. How about the food? How many of you all had the food back here? Chicken, potatoes, onion soup. Wow. Amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I got to eat some just a little bit before I came out here. It was the first thing. Well, I had a bowl of cereal early this morning. Man, it tasted good. How many of you had brisket? There's brisket somewhere. I don't know where. Where the hell's the brisket? We'll get it updated. Y'all have a good night. See you tomorrow in the snow.
Hey, just a real quick announcement. We need